we are met with different challenges, peer pressure, and at the end of the day, they lead to depression and whatever that comes with it. Welcome to Bua Mjita, the show whereby we talk about daily topics that guys are challenged with. Yet, guys don't have a platform to emphasize or to express how they feel or what they're going through. Bua Mjita, we're giving a platform to all the guys to do so. I'm Nati Omonais. We are broadcasting from Ipopeng Kawash all the way from Ipopeng. Currently, I have my guest with me. He will introduce yourself. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nati.
Can you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
Okay, my name is Teboregina Silelani. I'm originally from Kostad, born and bred there, raised there, and then there was a point where I was being taken to Makwat. Mama came and based to the challenges that life in it. So I'm a TV producer, I'm a choreographer, I'm a dancer, I'm an actor, I'm a president and the founder of South African Union of Spaza Shops. So yeah, it happens over invited today Mosu Bua Mjita to express a little because now gone are those times where we're going to emphasize, to sympathize with the situation that are happening, that are taking place without going deeper or dwelling deeper into the core or cause of everything. Because now I understand Majida, we are going through a lot. Tell them but ignore, and then the quick to react or the quick to judge. But I'm not justifying anything because I believe is the topic why are they doing those things.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for the invite.
You're welcome. The guest has spoken. He has stated the story, but better is yet coming. Please stay there where you're at. We're just going to an ad break, and just after an ad break, we'll be dwelling deeper into the topic of the day. Stay right there. Welcome back to Bua Mjita, whereby we're still discussing very hardcore topics. My guest is still here with me. He's going to tell us step by step all the stories that he went through. My guy,
My leader.
can you please share with us what actually you went through?
Yeah, no, I would like to share with you, but before that, I would like you to give me a permission to adequately vernacularize myself so that other viewers can get what I'm saying in a native language. So may I just please to translate into Sotho, and then I will mix there. So yeah, Bawak, Majida, this thing and the Dara Bomba, now is Majida because now we know sometimes just to tell you my story, I think it go my party. And then unanale banaba kimpo lagato kimeu tepelo lidibuse.
Okay.
5 of them. So kara 5 of them in na le tebelo, the only guys. Okay. And then the rest came and
The guys. Okay.
Yeah. So this thing what it is working back. When I didn't trade to an obsession, more life. People will allow obsession and then it obsession, let's say Mjita or Taki Mjita Kapa Uchi or Kitchen. When I'm trading Umugata, let's say Kiskolo or anywhere in particular over Tamutu. And then maybe create or Motuna now for Mama. My sister, my elder sister cousin, was obsessed about this particular guy.
Okay.
And then they were doing like grade level.
So basically, you practically saw that guy in you.
You know, And then Linda Kimona, the guy, I fit that's what was given. I would see my duplicate or my reflection in sharp. And then with that being said, my sister Badira, so that in Mzalo na Samoba, because obviously it's my sister in the name. So I give for my sister in Dream Kawata no give for Obata Ziman, and then now Dimani maybe and my sister sit happy and then my sister had to oppose game. When I'm playing the street, she would literally, my brother, like arrogantly tell me what's again. I get to a toilet, Kibatan to be pie. So
basically what you imply is the fact that she could not get the guy. So when now you were the scapegoat,
yes.
Meaning you were representing the guy to her.
Yeah, she would fantasize whatever that she wanted the guy to do to her. She would fantasize that with me.
Okay.
You know, so whatever that she desired about the guy, from the guy, she would do it to me.
So basically, whether you were closing that vacuum,
yes, I was closing that vacuum, and then she was taking her anger out of me. Anger,
okay.
And then she never even realized the damage that she has caused. Yes.
Let's talk about the fantasy that you just implied.
Sure.
Can you please get like straight to
the
what
point.
exactly happened?
Yes. Yeah.
You know, because there are different types of fantasies.
Yeah.
Right? So can you get to the real fantasy or whatever that happened or transpired between the two of you?
Nice.
And then how did it actually affected you?
Yeah. That's what it started. You know, everything started as small as a mustard seed, but gradually it grows to another level. And then it started small. Until I the book, this book, it was school.
Okay.
I that book, I didn't understand anything, but because I was very young, and then precisely due to the fact that my maturity level was not yet there, just to adjust with those
so
kind
you're
of
just
things.
doing it out of curiosity or something.
You know, my friend, and then I was not even doing it, man. I was now from my side. I was just looking at the magazine as a magazine.
Okay.
I never had that mindset or this thing can be something in so I'm trying to you but you not until asali too arrogant. That's how it's the actual thing. It's a rape or it's a molest or it's
okay.
I can tell do I get to a toilet but I be in Sheva, no like so I could even see her. What one that angry face? Plus this score warm Sheva them try. Abana angry. Into this score Abana angry. So to understand the emotions still. I'm a creative director. So you can understand that the emotions somewhat how approach. Or approach and I'm oppressed. The aggressiveness. And then I deal first time. I deal literally this thing is I deal whatever. The way I'm not feeling or maybe
it has to happen.
Yes. I literally. And then it happened. And then eventually I fell in love with her. Or okay, interesting. I was only 6 years and 7 years because this thing happened 2 years consecutively.
So basically when all of this started, was there no conscience in you that like speaks with you in terms of saying, you know, this might be good, this might be bad, or thought of maybe talking with someone in regard of, you know what, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's happening. You know, how do I deal with this?
You know, the most challenging part was the fact that I was also abused by her mom. But when I'm sharp, I don't abuse a fellow and sharp. And 2 years in the local I'm sharp, and then it got like it was somewhere. Bila bona ka majita ke re tla re khile diperekisi re mapikene ene bo ha mamma ke village already.
So for clarity's sake, you were staying at her mom's.
Yeah, my younger
Your mother's younger sister.
yes, my mother's younger sister.
Basically, you were like scared to go and talk with her, so you bombarded everything inside.
I bombarded everything inside, and then precisely due to the fact that I didn't have anyone to talk to except for my grandma. And then my grandma, obviously, I didn't have that confidence to go to her or to approach her because of the situation that I was going through. I was scared with the fact that even if I tell my grandma, there might be a possibility that she might try to reprimand those people, and then eventually it will reflect back to, yes, So I just checked few factors that made me not to, So until the last moment they go like I know to get jwang go constant and antla yetsa and you go no young kawata man you go for I said now
You can't do it anymore.
I can't sustain it anymore because I'm only doing grade 1 and grade 2, man. I'm very young. I was 6 and 7 years, so it happened consecutively and consistently, like every day, each and every day I was there. I didn't know it. Like to extent that I would even do the camera one. These things now it's about the introvert and extrovert. It's precisely because of you don't know what lead that particular person to be called an extrovert or extrovert. It's not a personality. It's not part of personality. It's something that was led by something.
Basically a characteristics that you are like adopted.
On point. On par. So I would even piss on myself because of when I think of that thing, and then all of those things. And then I grew up and I said sponge. Because for me to survive, I had to and then I stole that purse, that wallet, and then the kids I had 200 so they keep a camera sofa so that in a go sofa it will more hard so that it's like less if like maybe somebody misplaced it, might have misplaced it mistakenly so. But with that 200, that 200 is my lifesaver. If Nikinali cooked that, they became monument. And then these public phones, green and
you just wanted somewhere where you can be able to call.
You understand? So it was not far from where I was staying. And then the nicest part, I was very smart to such an extent that I could know the numbers of my mommy and my aunt. And then I ran to that public phone. So they overheard my call because now
I was staying back.
Yes, I was adequately adequately audible,
like loud.
Yeah, loud, very loud. And then they've heard that, and then my auntie close. So luckily enough, now one closer. So my mother she heard me screaming, and then the following day my mother came and then fetched me. But now before
we reach the psychological outcomes of whatever that happened, just for interest's sake, the moment when she took you from the public phone and took you back home, what basically happened after that? Because I believe that there's a point whereby once she took you out, like away from the public phone, something happened of which that also added on whatever the frustration, the stress that you're going through, it added on that. What basically happened?
o gopole dane ke na le phafa e le gore ke yaka ne my own shambo go to ena ke yaka male specifically bla waka ke la bitswa ke la bidiwa blind ke la bidiwa as if like le motho ke la bidiwa le mama da hitla o nkitletse ke na le discuss mo mmeleng
as of which she arrived the following day.
Yeah, as if she arrived the following day. And then in her arrival, like she was surprised. And then the most surprising part about everything that we're talking about is precisely the fact that my auntie and everybody there denied everything. Like, yes,
everything is
you understand what I'm talking about. And then instead of bang reprimand as much as one, but instead and the man chapa everything it's anybody eats. I mean, and then Banchapi the rough and now it was Banchapa is a female who they go molestan le mama chapa the sharp would not stress didn't piece of but one like the sharp carbona give back in
just accepted whatever situation is happening around.
But one thing that I told myself, oh, my mother is coming anytime soon, even if it's not tomorrow, but fortunately enough she came tomorrow, like the following day after the call, because I think connection when I still more to the challenges that life because obviously I can't afford to my parents.
Okay, since we've spoken about the challenges, I'm more concerned about the psychological effects that took place after your mother took you away from there. I heard you talking about and everything and stuff like that. But then we're just going to an ad break. After an ad break, we're going to indulge furthermore into these details. My guest is still here. This is Bua Mjita. You can hear her from the guy, how much are we guys going through, but then we don't have a platform to communicate. But then after the ad break, we are going to talk about the psychological effects that affected my guest today. Stay tuned. We are coming back right now. Whereby we still discussing what my brother and my guest here went through. Now, my brother, let's go to the psychological effects that took place from the moment you departed from where you were staying, where the molestation, the physical abuse, like all these types of abuse, the family pressure and everything that happened to a point whereby you reached a new place. Actually, you moved from Marquardt to Kroonstad. So can you please tell us the psychological effects that were attached to you by that time?
My brother, this thing affected me to such extent that I hated girls talk. I hated women with all my heart, except my mom, because I felt like she's the only woman who rescued me from the situation that I was going through. You know, to extent that growing up, for no reason. But for this thing, it's the repercussions of what I've happened. Yes. Okay. And then I remember very vividly when I was doing my grade 10. That's when I started dating older women. And then I had my own intentions with that. But now maybe they were under the illusion that I loved them or all of those things, because obviously they would come to me and tell me, oh, you are handsome and all of those things. But now they don't know. I always had a motive of being in an affair with an older woman so that I can hate her.
Actually, not them understanding that this is the outcomes of whatever that happened back then. So this is just unfolding in the future.
True.
Okay.
So just to see them hate, and then I will feel so happy. And then ke tlo tswa wena go blog go direng go ignore ke dire matsapa for utlwa bohloko and with intentions, and then ke dire to the fullest, to the level best of my ability, and then be ke feel for motho na o fitse pain ne ke batla e feel, and I ke itla for motho o e fitse pain ne ke batla ke a move ke a go move. But fortunately enough, and by the grace of God, I only the law can a serial rapist or a serial murderer. But in a city hanyani be kakuda. In mood and see. We love one in your ela, Uboneba to Basso, like I give one mutual my sister, Nikibanale hated or Motuka and Gamu Polaya, who got some Motuka and Gamutira something. You understand? And then if you say who like the neighbor culture to your intelligence, obviously now we see enormous maintain the sugar mommy and all of these things, and then ibe like the man was my sister now, but no in the city or hate and it's the neighbor culture. So to get out these things, this data and then this data as a trauma because it's a childhood trauma. I started in manifest. And how he manifest the outcomes terrible. So now we have serial rapists, we have serial murderers, we have people who are in each and every day. We have but when but what's happening, and then there's no justification about that. We don't justify anything. Are motivated about but all we are saying, go already, as Majida, but but ignore. So that in your affect and your cards number one. I never even told my mom
about it.
Yeah, because I didn't want to affect their relationship.
But if I could ask, did you not think, as you said, that you felt that your mother is the only woman that you can trust, and the woman that you can be able to be open to? Didn't you find it adequate to take your mother, sit her down, explain to her exactly what happened from the moment when all this molestation, the abuse, everything started? Because I believe that maybe she would have maybe tried to sort this out in a way not as a person you would feel this has been sorted with.
My brother, being naive and being very young, it's one of the challenging stage of life, because at some point you don't know where to start to address certain issues, because sometimes you might think of this particular person might say, this boy is disrespectful, how can he just approach me and tell me this kind of a story? Because now some people, they might think, oh, you are just making up a story precisely because of you wanted to move from there,
and especially when you are alone and there's a number of them, obviously they're going to overpower you.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even have a witness for that matter who can just testify on your story. Okay, this is true, this is real, it happened to that particular person, I witnessed it, I was there.
Okay, you talk about one psychological effect that you went through. Were there other psychological effects that you also experienced apart from having the hatred for females? Earlier on you spoke about when you were going through that, it affected you like mentally, in a sense of saying you end up peeing yourself and stuff like that. Because I believe that by doing that at school already it's building something else. Can you please take us through that journey actually of what happened during that process?
Okay, just to add on that, the other psychological part that has affected me was in a relationship. I couldn't cope in each and every relationship that I went through until now. But I spoke about these things, everything. Interviews so and then I healed gradually and eventually sharp, and ultimately for sharp at all. bona ke sa fly in it say any crash mona ilang affect ya look mo di relationship ne ke sa kgone go lasta to such extent that ani kutlwa mcheru a phamisa voice over nna. I would think of that situation and then they get battle of phamisa voice lo mo hita. You understand? Like I became so skeptical and sensitive when it comes to a conversation between a man and a woman. Let's say even more department in Bokai, it lang affect because it affect my line of work. Because obviously being managed by a lady and then about like the same attitude this thing
because obviously it triggers something else that in your past.
Yes. So in the dira communication good because I can't ba conversation especially a phamisa mantswe ke tlo dena ke phamisa utlwa voice ka e jwamos. And then I'm very emphatic when I emphasize things. A lot of people have this mentality or I shout, but I'm trying to make my point to be heard.
Don't you think that also becomes or is part of the psychological effects?
It's part
because you can be young and then the manner in which you project yourself, it's different from when you are older, when you project yourself. So the projection between when you were young and when now you are old, is there any difference or is it still the same?
No, there's a lot of difference. But I've worked on myself because me kuka from the inputs about I always had those kind of quarrels with people that are surrounding me, especially when we are conversating about something, especially in related to what we are talking about now. No change if ke projector ka sense ke projector in a way that is not going to offend anyone. But previously it used to be out of control because now it was led by the trauma. So yeah, I think now there's a vast difference between the projection before and the projection now. So yeah, to be honest, it has changed. Even now, I feel like I shout like Pamisa voice because of obviously that one I cannot control. That a pace voice is deep. I give but sometimes in fact it's a voice in a low authority.
Though I'm a bit curious. Is your cousin sister still alive?
She is still alive.
So I'm concerned in a way of saying if you meet with her or if you see her, what comes to you? What are you going through? I'm concerned in those emotions of what exactly is going through when you meet her now.
I was expecting that question because I believe that that's the most interesting part of the whole story. The last time I spoke with her, it was a year or 2 years back.
Okay.
And then obviously she's my elder cousin's sister. So sometimes when you need favors, you call people who you know. These people will come to me
and be of assistance.
Come to a rescue and be of assistance. Sharp. And then this particular day I called her. Out of guilt. I papa ne cousin. Maybe just to cover that. So this particular night or day, if like thinking motho ke motho ba ntsanzama ka body zaka body imbody e re ke mochware ke re ke hloka eng ke re anthuse ne ke hloka zaka e ne le bo ma 150 zaka ne ke hloka sharp a ke mfoune aba rona emo wena ke kopa ska hlo mfounela mo life ya hao because every time when you call me
it's all about money,
it's all about money
favors or something.
You know what I told her? Chatters, man, can you move last straight? Get my sister, you owe me for the rest of your life.
Because that's why I wanted to go actually. When you spoke about you calling her, like I'll send whatever or do the favor that you whatever want. I wanted to ask you exactly, have you never reached a point whereby you discuss whatever that happened?
We never discussed anything. My sister, you took my virginity at a very young age. You still owe me for that.
What was the response?
she dropped the phone, she blocked me, and then she even take a group in the cousin. Like, she made a point of I cannot any contact with the cousin, because that's when she realized or what happened. And to tell you the most surprising part, Motoki social worker, no, she's a nurse, she's a professional nurse, she's a social worker. Also, it's rape cases. What does it?
Okay, viewers, this is hectic. Like, I just can't get my head through this. Is she doing these careers to cover up the girl conscience, or she's doing this just to try and let go of whatever happened? What I want to say is, are you guys aware that for whatever that happened at someone's life on a later stage is not caused by what's happening currently on that time? It's what happened, it builded the anger, the hatred, the retaliation of whatever the person is going through that particular moment. Okay, when you deal with her, even now, in these 2 years, I think you said you met with her 2 years back. In these 2 years, you've never spoken, you've never met.
Never.
So have you never reached a point whereby you want to try and communicate with her, or try just to contact and find out now, is she angry or she like blocked you out or whatever? Have you never tried to contact her?
To tell the truth, my brother, I've never tried, because to be honest, I know and I knew Mutula, she was not going to answer my call after whatever that I told her. You understand? Because in Turkey, in fella nelo mates aware, or man, get aware or killing kids are so my life. Even if you know not away, none can so get so velo Bua Lena take about on Bua Lena, because now I care about to a hola, and then so some of the things about the debate resolved to this care affect the Lebanon about hola. So Alankore in Nantic about or maybe how can any chance yena at more to confess and for chance but not to be honest, I'm not ready, and I will never be ready when about or regular confronted, because I'm not the one who maybe did something to her. She's the one who's supposed to be coming to me and approach me and apologize.
Okay, the last question before we go to the outbreak. For part of your healing, don't you think that you should maybe be the one who's taking the first step in communicating about this? Because at times you can find out that her guilt conscience is working on her, and then maybe also you confronting her, talking about this, might be also part of your healing.
You know, my brother, as a creative, I'm a director, I'm a script writer. Okay. Me communicating with her, I'd rather write a script. Like now, I have a script that I wrote about whatever that happened in my life. That's me communicating with her. I will never just literally approach her and communicate with her. I'd rather maybe give more the script or give me the interview to so
just telling your side of the story.
Yes,
on
yes. Because now, from my side, knowing her attitude, she will never give me a chance to talk to her.
Viewers, you've heard he's spoken. He has his own strategies. But what I want to say is be careful on how you treat people as they grow up, on how you treat a person in whatever manner that you think is right for you. But think twice before you do it to someone else. If it's done to you, how are you going to feel? We're just going to an ad break. After an ad break, we are going further into this as we're trying to find solutions in dealing with this. Stay right there, don't move. It's us, we're here. Bua Mjita.
SA, are you ready? Are you ready, SAS? 054 Honduras Hill brings you a day like none other. A day of worship, hope, and thanksgiving. On the 1st of September 2024 at Madiba Arena. Gates open exactly at 10 a.m. we bring you nothing but homegrown. Noted? Tami Mancho, the best Palisa Bojapelo. The soulful Squara and the Smoothies. The classic Ntokozombambo. The gifted Kayam Teto. The supreme Dumim Gopstad. The worshipper Benjamin Dube. And gracing us with from international stages, Janet Manyoa. Get yourself a ticket from the web tickets, Pick and Pay, Boxer stores, or the 051 Glorious Hill website. See you there. 051 Kiamodladleng.
Welcome back to Bua Mjita. We are still here, still discussing with my guest. Now we are trying to find out solutions on how to deal with whatever that he went through. Now he's still here. He's going to get into details. My brother, talk to us. For someone who went through or who is going through whatever that you are going through, what would be your best advice in order of that particular person to deal with whatever that he is going through currently?
Okay, I've tried so many things. Or keep it sharp. So I just I'm an ex-drug addict. Shady tracking will kana nankayo nanu. Aga ka fatas gar nana ka drug. Okay nana like I shy except from Bonyao because you let room and drugs in done that or so drugs are this part. Kinana or doing heal. This part at all. Ntwenga kai bua ngi advice abajita kanti ke iti for a rebu ne. But my advice ko let us talk bafethu. A re bueng la ka ra bua randomly fela jwalo ka majita fela ga se letsa bua o na o kila di ragala. The moment we talk about certain things, eventually they will get out of you. Like it's a your own problems. It's not the problems tabat. Understand? Because this thing it's a psychological topic. It's a psychological matter. Exactly. You know, it involves your professionals like your psychologists. So try to find batwajwa. Kopana di psychologist itself inyana ubuele bona. Kopana le batho ba tswana le bolona so bana le bodi topics so bua le bona kopana le batho ba tswana le bonta ba ba majita Saturday. Belo re ke group ya majika belo re ba ikopantshitse ka hore bontate ya babui e bana le body sort of like your social clubs as majita mo community le bueng about these things and re bueng le ka tsona la lore chiria o utlwisitse bohloko to the level best but bolaya ngwana batho ba is not a solution. To be honest, bolaya ngwana batho is not a solution in South Africa. And then oskaba ipona le ka motsotso o phamiseditse motho a mmele tsona based on your childhood traumas. Just introspect yourself because this thing you are an individual and an individual. So even if whatever that has happened to me in the but like the fact of the matter remains the same. I'm responsible for my own life.
You know, getting on that, you said when you went through that, you were afraid or you were scared to talk with someone.
Yes.
Let's take the current situation of what is happening. If a guy went through what you went through and went to a police station and said that I've been molested and whatnot, basically it's crystal clear what's going to happen there. Then that particular guy goes there, then whatever that, it unfolds. Then what does it do? The guy end up bombarding itself. He is found or is seen as a fool or something. So for someone who's going through that, already that person will be scared to talk. Up until 4, 5, 6 to 12 years after the actions or whatever that has taken place. What would you advise to the person that went through there? They're going to the police to report something, then the police would react in a different way, or go whatever, then the same thing would happen, then the person end up bombarding everything inside of himself.
This one is challenging, but if you try of another advice, my brother or my sister, wherever you are, when you succumb yourself in such situation, just make a point that you have someone that you trust the most, being it a brother or a sibling or a friend, sister, mother, father, irrespective of that particular person is. But just find a person that you can trust and try to lay your foundation, before communicating into the reality of the matter. Just try to sort of like lay a foundation on what are you trying to talk about. How can you when not feel before come a story about reject? So try to lay a foundation before, because we are frustrated.
So basically what you're saying or what you're implying is, before you confess or you state your story, you should go and communicate with it indirectly. As a matter of asking a question. If you went through 1, 2, 3, 4, how would have you dealt with it?
Or create a conversation that is related
to whatever that you went through.
Whatever that you went through. Yes, that you want to talk about. Just create a conversation randomly so. And then out of that conversation, you will hear inputs.
Okay.
And then after hearing the inputs, that's when you can just like literally go straight to the point. And then after going straight to the point, obviously, there will be references, or go to the police station, go to the social workers, blah, 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 blah. Take advices. Take advices and apply those advices until we're now born now. Faith about successful. But one thing I get about Bua as much as you know Bua Mjita, what you're not talking about, and I believe now can solve this problem. Unfortunately, la chaya bon seking rekibari usually on ka mo plan but ona ba batho ba neng ba itse mo sa ka uding ya mnwaka ka this story.
You told them, or
yes, I
you
told them.
Okay, so let's talk about now. We're done indulging in the past, whatever that happened. Currently, where are you now? Are you healed, or are you still dealing with it, or what is it that you're going through now?
Currently, I'm healed. I can say I'm healed because now I've went through my personal psychological processes, because now it involves the Holy Spirit, the praying and all of those things. Even though that aspect, but then it's about trauma. No, it's about dealing with the character. It's about dealing with characters as a man and as a female. When a character yabona eating, when a character yabona eating, during conversations, when the conflict of characters. So understand now we are dealing with characters. Whatever because character is high as an individual. I tolerate a character. So not to play the Bua Mjita out there. Let us do introspections with our characters before we can react to anything, because now we are in a trap, to be honest. We have been set in a trap. Malemang how we have been subjected into a trap. And our government system, number one, our government system, if we country one hour, it will prioritize that about wrong in but it's fine, I can't justify anything. But the government hands on. It refers that sense of entitlement as Mjita. We have lost still or in the rights and to quite and preaching when I live out on Kemela because no one can so the conflict the motor how but also gonna win Kelam because Mola anyway you just sort of Matunga because what's it like a pillow and we kill more kids more court or Gilabona Popular Station no certified. There was this brother and Ari Kiripu Kimutami, wait to Mutulatim. Police.
Exactly, that's where I was referring to. Because already that creates a fear, or that plants a fear seed in that particular person.
Yes, and it becomes a stigma. But it becomes a stigma to such extent that so it's about and the moment that I don't tell the parking lot, each and every conflict innocent because this thing didn't tell they affected about to buy innocent. They were never there. About even next. But about Pumana Felalekara, Musua, about conversation area. We're not talking but how to be familiar guy, familiar you like leader. Also to receive Chihuahua maybe familiar. But I tell you why would this only to be honest, my brother, problem lama, I give you Bua Mjita Eps, TV. Nagila I get this only family on my mother's side at all. Again, I'm taking Guale na Kada. And they can right here, Kaya or why is Namutu Egiguale na Kada because my family on my mother's side, but like Hawata life here. You understand? Because I can't look cover the to involve on the topic, but there was a lot of things
that happened.
Yeah, that happened on my mother's side. Okay. So, kukupa le batho ba bo mmene ale limelwa ke my life. Ska nka bana ba lo obuba isa ko kai mo wena o siyo. Make sure when you send your son or your daughter somewhere, go there with that particular person and make sure, or maybe just pay a visit consistently. Just to monitor everything is going well or is on track. Because sometimes came to your so these people are doing these things precisely because of our parents are not present. Okay. So as parents, let us be present. Because they are only going to be responsible for their lives. 18. So what's about 18? If the challenges to feel more, just be there, try to be there. If you support the lapale and a sharp or let sharp eventually. But Skamunka we say Kai Mosati because Soto Safaramo Abla di Poor, so we see the Willeka and the we see the Willeka, and total eventually Liba Naba Babo de Lamo, but don't advantage away, Bawaiting and Aribu. So Kikai Copa and Trinicopa as South Africans. Harriet Bonite Bore, the channel on TV can appreciate it because it's on the platform to address this kind of issues and then Arriba supporting remain there for more because I got to know only the channel the propaganda and work at this kind of topics because what offend about so I have money the platform so I have to sharp and then le Bua Mjita Loena snatch le khuya ntate thapelo kaofela ke kopa ntona ska fella ha e tswelleng pele because bontate ba imetso ba ka ba tlo bolella maka ntwe ntse ngetsala no it's a pandemic e lo reng a sa stop we no e tlo qetelletse fitile le COVID.
My brother, thank you very much for coming to Bua Mjita. Thank you very much for coming to Bua Mjita. You stated your case. Viewers at home, for he has spoken. What is your take on the topic of today? Currently, 3 cases appeared of women being raped, being died in the guy's hands. Mjita, talk, Bua Mjita, for whatever that you're combating in. Later on, you're going to retaliate vigorously to whatever situation that is taking place. And be careful, my honorable viewers, how you treat guys, as guys don't talk a lot. We are out. See you next week, same time, same place. Bua Mjita.